dramatic 4-3 season opening win last week at Reno. The Swope Park Rangers are back tonight in Kansas City for the home opener, their first game at the Shawnee Mission South District Stadium. Good evening and welcome live inside Shawnee Mission South District Stadium in Overland Park, Kansas. The first game here at home for the Swope Park Rangers. And it's going to be a nice night for soccer. Nice and cool weather in the 40s and early in the season, but it's a battle of two undefeated teams and a battle for first place in the USL's Western Conference. Good evening. I'm Dave Orchard alongside Doug McLaughlin, former Kansas City Comets player, longtime Blue Springs South soccer coach. Doug, it's going to be a good game tonight against two teams that look like they are going to be strong contenders in the Western Conference this year. Yeah, it's going to be two very, very good teams. Obviously, they both won the first game, so they're trying to keep their record high today. But yeah, it should be a classic game here. Lots of players to highlight in this game. Let's start with the visitors from Seattle. And an 18-year-old up-and-comer, a homegrown player. We're talking about Handwala Bwana, number 70. Yes, great player. He came from Kenya originally, and he's been in the Seattle area for a while. Played at University of Washington for 2 years. He's already made his MLS debut and the Champions League debut already. So, yes, he's going to be a player to watch tonight. 18 years old, he's going to be a guy we'll probably watch a lot in MLS for the next couple of years, and a guy that Sporting KC fans hope they'll see more of soon. Made his MLS debut last year. It's Carlton Belmar. 2 goals and 2 assists. The USL Player of the Week in Week 1. Leading the offense again tonight for Swope Park Rangers, and Belmar, big, strong, fast, talented goal scorer. He is very strong, and Sporting as well as Swope Park will be taking an eye on this guy today. 2 goals, 2 assists. He's the all-time leading scorer for the Swope Park Rangers, and if he keeps on going like this, people are going to start looking at him. Going to be a big game coming up tonight, and kickoff just a few minutes around the corner. So thanks so much for tuning in. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get you ready with the lineups and get you ready for the starting kick. It's the Swope Park Rangers against Seattle Sounders FC2 here on SportingKC.com. Welcome back. Kickoff just moments away here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium in Overland Park. Swope Park Rangers hosting Seattle Sounders FC2. Both teams undefeated after 1 game here in the season. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, and we'll start with the away team from Seattle. They come out tonight in a 4-2-3-1 formation. And Doug, what stands out to you about the visitors lineup tonight? Well, they've got 6 new starters from the first game. And what's funny for me is the 2 players that scored their goals last week, both of them are on the bench.
It's going to be interesting, and like we highlighted a minute ago, Handwalla Bawana, their attacking midfielder. It's going to be exciting to watch that 18-year-old to see what he can do tonight. He's a guy that's gotten a lot of hype around MLS, and we get to see him in person tonight in Overland Park, Kansas. Excited to see what he can do. And now shifting to take a look at the home team lineup for Swope Park Rangers, coming out in the typical 4-3-3 formation we see with Sporting KC, and a couple big strikers up top, including Benitez, who's making his professional debut tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to see him play. I've heard a lot about him, but basically it's the same lineup with maybe 3 changes. Probably the biggest one is Rubio going with the main team and Benitez coming in for him, and a couple other changes. But yes, they're ready to play tonight, and I'm sure they're excited for the first ever home game at Shawnee Mission.
Swope Park Rangers led by Paulo Nagamura, Sounders FC by John Hutchinson, both in their first year as head coach after being assistant coaches last year for their respective squads. And we're underway here in Overland Park, Kansas. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight here on SportingKC.com and USLSoccer.com. We mentioned it's a nice, cool night. The players should be able to run all night tonight, Doug. I mean, we're looking at about 45 degrees right now, so the heat won't be a factor. We'll see if the wind can be tonight. It's going to be going from left to right on your TV screen tonight. So Swope Park Rangers working into a fairly brisk wind tonight here in the first half. Yeah, I already noticed from the first ball that was not, I think by Didic, it should have gone 60 yards. It went 40. The wind brought it back. So it'll be interesting to see what effect that will have on the game. Swope Park Rangers really trying to be an exact model of what we've seen with the senior team with Sporting KC, whereas a couple years ago we may have seen a team that was geared towards trying to win games and get immediate success that would have maybe sat back and counterattacked more than we saw with Sporting KC at the senior level. This team, I think, has fully transitioned, and now you'll see them playing the exact same way. You'll see Peter Vermeer's senior team playing at the MLS level. So excited to see how this 4-3-3 formation plays out for them tonight. I think for Sporting fans, a chance to see some guys like Carlton Belmar, who may be big players on the first team within the next couple of years. Yeah, that's the way the system should go. You should play like your first team, because some of these guys, hopefully in the future, will be playing for the first team. So yeah, absolutely the best way to go. It's called developing your players for the squad. Ball sent forward, splits the defense, but the offside flag goes up, and be a free kick here in the early going for the Rangers. Graham Smith, recent first-round pick, takes that, and excited to see him develop as well alongside Amir Džidić, a guy who saw some time last year for Sporting KC, and if they weren't so solid at center back themselves, he might be a guy that would be up more with the first team right now. Yeah, well, that's the problem with Sporting center backs are so strong that these two here, I'm very interested to watch them because they've got some definite talent, and hopefully in the future they will be looking that way. Dangerous pass back, but a nice job by Smith shielding the forward and playing it back to his goalkeeper, McLeod. Like I said, a little chilly tonight, but still a good crowd here, and not really represented on the broadcast because all the fans are here on the near side, the camera sideline, but a nice crowd tonight here for the home opener at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium. I'm sure they've come to watch some entertaining soccer, and I think we're going to see that tonight, especially in that 4-3-3 formation. Hopefully we'll see some flowing, offensive play tonight. I agree with what you said about the goals. It was 4-3 in the season opener for Swope Park Rangers. It was 2-1 for Sounders FC2 in their season opener. So we're talking about 10 combined goals between those two games, and it would be pretty shocking tonight if we look at the end of the match and it's a 0-0 scoreline. Yeah, well, I can tell you this, no coach likes to give up 3 goals, and so I'm sure defense will be a lot stingier tonight, especially for Swope, that's for sure. We talked about the wind here tonight, and long ball played forward. Nice touch there behind the defense. A good recovery defense by the Swope Park Rangers, but what a nice ball forward. Now ball sent across and cleared out by Džidić. Now I was going to ask you about what we saw last week in Reno, and we talked about the impact of the wind tonight. Belmar trying to wreak havoc here, but good defense. We saw a snowstorm last week for the Swope Park Rangers season opener, and you know, how much havoc does that play in terms of the footing? And it was even hard to see on the replays last week what was happening. It looked like there was no visibility.
Yeah, it was a hard game to watch. I did actually watch that game, and it was really difficult to watch. But also the field wasn't the best conditions either. So you had the snow on top of a poor field, because that's, I think Diddage left the field because his foot slipped. And that wasn't just the snow, that was just the field that we're playing on. Wasn't the best of fields to be on. So yeah, different conditions tonight. I'm sure they much prefer this than playing in the snow.
All right, Kuzain with the ball there and just laid it off, and he's a guy that really impressed Peter Vermees and his staff in the preseason, and back again this season for the Rangers, one of only 6 returning players, but a guy that figures to see a lot of playing time for Paulo Nagamura. And chance here for the Rangers in the early going. Ball on the edge of the box, sent across by Storm, but cut out by the defender, and now just cleared out of danger. Bit of a lazy defense there, almost led to a goal-scoring chance.
Yeah, and you were talking about Kuzain. Yeah, I'm interested to watch it. The kid, he's 19 years old. And you've got Hernandez playing alongside him too, who's also 19. So there's a lot of youth on this team, and that's good to see.
A couple guys that were here last week for the Swope Park Rangers, Diego Rubio and goalkeeper Zendejas, both with the first team tonight for Sporting KC in Colorado. So last week, whereas we saw the Rangers have 7 players on loan from Sporting KC, not as many tonight from the senior team, but Seattle's actually brought a lot of people in tonight from their first team.
Yeah, they do. There's at least, I'm counting, 4 of them are starting. And so the lineup is very strong for them, and our lineup's strong too. That's why I think we're going to have such a super game tonight.
Goalkeeper needs to be careful here, and he is. Nice job distributing out of the back. I always kind of wonder when you're talking about guys coming in for the senior team, you know, do they view this as some sort of demotion, or do they look at it as, hey, this is my chance to show? Like Rubio last week comes down and gets a goal, like, hey, I should be playing at the first team level. So I always kind of wonder what the mentality is on those guys. And then, you know, the other thing is, how do they gel? Obviously, they're players that are used to a little bit better competition, right? But then they're not used to necessarily practicing day in and day out with their teammates. So I always kind of wonder how they'll fit in.
Yeah, there's problems with it. And the answer to your first question is, look, these guys want to play. And if they have a chance to play 90 minutes with the USL, I'm sure they're okay with that. Now, would they rather be playing for Sporting? Yeah, sure they would. But if you're going to sit on the bench at Sporting and not play here, then you're getting nothing. So these guys want to play. And they know it's their opportunity where they've got to go out and they've got to show that they're better than these players are on the field, because they want to be playing for the first team, and supposedly these are second team players. So yeah, they want to score goals. And Diego Rubio, you know, got that goal last week, and maybe could have got a few more. Yeah, they all come in with the right attitude. They have to.
Gidich playing it forward to Belmar. Some good possession here strung together by the Swope Park Rangers, but can they make a scoring chance out of it into the fairly stiff breeze there? Good defense by Sounders FC too, just alleviating the pressure.
Good. Fire, good. Backhand score.
Right in behind the back 4. Got a corner kick out of it.
Attempted cross, and like you said, Doug, first corner kick of the match. Some big targets here, including Haji Berry and Carlton Belmar for Swope Park Rangers. It's going to be Felipe Hernandez, the youngster, to take this corner kick for the home side as we near the 8-minute mark. Good ball into a dangerous spot just off the post. Oh, what a great chance in the early going for the home side, and they nearly had the go-ahead goal.
Oh, I believe that was Diddich with the header there. He just hit the outside of the post. If that would have hit the inside, that probably would have gone in the goal. So just an inch or so off. Got up in the air, climbed real well. That's a great header, and just on the outside instead of the inside.
Oh, and the goalkeeper had no chance. He was buried in cement there. What great service, too, by Hernandez. That was a beautiful ball in.
I'm sure they've been practicing that. Yeah, it was a beautiful ball and a beautiful header, and unfortunately for them, there probably should be one up there.
The ball takes a deflection, and the goalie quick off his line to avert a potential goal-scoring opportunity there. So quick reflexes there by McLeod.
That could have been a little bit dangerous. And the forward up there, David Estrada, he's probably, I think he's one of the oldest players on the field. He's 30 years old. Got a lot of experience. I know Seattle brought him in to help the younger players with that experience. And so you got to watch that guy. I'm sure he's going to be sneaking in behind the line and causing some problems for the back four for Swope.
Smith with a nice header there, and now the ball just being knocked around here in the center park. Let's see if Seattle Sounders 2 can hold on to it for a bit. Looks like this one may go all the way back to the goalkeeper, as Barry trying to apply some pressure, but the goalkeeper, Brown, does a nice job just to get rid of it. Possession, though, will stay with the home side.
Some great work there by Barry. Put a lot of pressure on the keeper. Time the keeper played it out to the left back, the right wing. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Benitez, was right in the face of the right back, and they got a throw in out of it. So great defensive work there by Swope Park Rangers.
Sounders 2 not content just to sit back and let the home side have possession, pressing high up the field here. Kind of going back to what you said a few minutes ago, this could be a pretty entertaining game. It already should have seen a goal here in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was curious as to what they would do. It doesn't look like they're sitting back. They're playing with two defensive mids. I thought, oh, maybe they're coming in here, pack it in a little bit. But no, they're coming out to play, which opens us up for a great game here.
Ball played back to the goalkeeper, but a really poor distribution out of the back. Able to keep it in play, though, as his defender.
You won't want to watch the highlight reel of that play, the goalkeeper.
Good stuff here. Oh, Hernandez unable to quite play it through, but a nice idea there as he was looking for Barry in the center of the park.
Swope moving the ball around very well. 1-2 touch, moving it from side to side, keeping Seattle moving and hopefully creating gaps like this one here. Great cross ball there. I'm just wondering how much the wind may have played a factor there. That was a great ball across, but maybe held it up a little bit, which gave the fullback a little bit of time to get across there to intercept it.
Like we said in the intro tonight, this is obviously just one game into the season, but these are two teams we expect to be good, and obviously Swope Park Rangers back-to-back USL Cup appearances. So this is a team that, even though they're only returning 6 players, I think the expectations are that this will be another good year for them. Yes,
absolutely, I would think. They've added some very good players. Like you say, 6 return. The squad is stronger than it was last year. And so, yeah, we're expecting them to be up there. And you're going to expect Seattle to be up there too. So this is a really good competition to have early on in the season.
Oh, what a nice ball through behind the defense, but the offside flag goes up. Oh, the fans think it's a goal, but Barry was just offside. At least that's the call on the sideline as he dribbled it into the net.
Yeah, I was a little worried when he played it. I thought, yeah, he looks like he could be off. And yeah, I'm sure it was pretty darn close, but...
Let's take another look here.
Yeah, my first instinct was, yes, timing was, oh, I don't know.
That is very close. You know, normally they'll say let it err in favor of the goal scorer if it's too close to tell, but that's not always the way it's actually called in real life. That was very close.
We discussed this before the game. Obviously, we love soccer fields with no football lines on them. Well, if you watch there, I'd love to see that again, because the football lines will let you know if that run was onside. And it looked to me that he was on an onside position when it was actually played. So maybe we'll see a little bit later and judge that again.
Try to check that out at the next dead ball. And now, yeah, now we're talking about what could have been a 2-0 lead for the home side 13 minutes in. So maybe the second bad break of the match for Swope Park Rangers. It hasn't been much offensively so far for the visitors, but the home side off to a real nice start here in the first 13 minutes.
Yeah, good signs for Swope.
Smith goes down, no foul is called, but there is a foul called there on the second contact. Now all the way back to Gidich.
Swope just being being patient, moving that ball around, looking for spaces. At times, when they get at the back, Seattle's quite content sitting in there and closing down gaps. So the ball I'm seeing most of the time is that ball from the center backs behind either the right or left back. And it's come off a few times and failed a couple times, but I'm sure they're going to keep on trying that ball to get in behind the back four, because that's when they've become very dangerous.
Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com, and you can receive free shipping on orders over $50. Again, behind the defense, another chance for the home side, but good recovery defense by the Sounders as Barry again really causing trouble here in the early going. You know, I've seen Belmar quite a few times in person. The first time I've seen Barry, and he's made a big impact here early in the game.
Well, I've seen him in a couple games in the preseason, and the boy is athletic. And I think Seattle are going to have to really figure out real quickly that this boy's got some pace, because that's twice he's got in behind the backs, and no one has been anywhere near him.
Yeah, two big targets on the front line, and what a nice idea there. It's just going to run just out of bounds, but a really nice idea there that was just a bit too firm. But no, what I was going to say is Gedic is a big guy too, right? He should have had the goal early in the match, and then you look at Barry and Belmar, you have some real targets there on set pieces if the Rangers can get some more of those.
Absolutely, yeah. And then Smith's not too small either as another centre back, so their centre backs are very tall, and I'm sure both of those are going to be dangerous on set pieces.
Gedic needs to be careful here, and he is. Nice header away, and then Smith able to control it, keep in possession now. All the way back to the keeper. Again, that's one of the things we'll have to watch too. The ball does bounce different on the artificial surface, and I think that was probably part of the issue just a second ago from McLeod on that pass back.
And we've seen that from both keepers so far. That's the second time. You know, their goalkeeper did it in the first couple of minutes, and just happened there as a ball back. Took an odd bounce and almost put him in trouble.
Again, Benitez making his professional debut tonight for the Swope Park Rangers, number 77. If you see the guy with the kind of blonde mohawk out there on the forward line, that'll be Benitez. So we'll have our first card of the match. Yellow card shown to Kuzain. I believe it was.
Yeah, it was. I think he was pulling him back a bit. Let's see. I think we're going to see it here. Yeah, he's got hold of the shirt, the body.
Just giving him a nice welcome to Kansas City. Come on, we know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think no doubt about that. With definitely a little hugging and jersey tugging going on there by Kuzain.
Wasn't a bad rugby tackle, but of course he didn't bring the player down, so in rugby they'd be a little bit disappointed with that tackle, but you can't do that in soccer.
Long ball forward with the win, maybe pushing it a bit too hard as that's going to roll harmlessly over the end line. No score here. About 17 minutes gone here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium in Overland Park, Kansas. Swope Park Rangers against Seattle Sounders FC2. I'm Dave Borchard alongside Doug McLaughlin. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight here on SportingKC.com and USLsoccer.com. Both these teams 1-0 here in the early going. And again behind the defense. This time it's Belmar, but the goalie quick off his line. Man, Swope Park Rangers again, another chance. They've been all over this Seattle defense in the early going.
I'm not sure if there's a weakness at the right back for Seattle or Swope Park Rangers are just that quick up front, because that's Belmar too, and they both, Belmar and Barry, have got behind that back four, and they're showing a lot of pace.
Exciting things if you're a Sporting KC fan, the chances they've been able to create early in the match, and a nice job on the long throw too. What distribution. Yeah, just a nice job off his line by Brown.
Poor defending in a way, because if that ball goes over the top, it's a race to the goal, and usually the forward's going to get there first. The forward reacted far quicker than the defender. The defender's got to drop back quicker and keep that ball in front of him. We've seen twice now with the ball in behind him, Swope has caused some problems.
Here's Benitez making his debut, able to, the offside flag goes up though on Benitez. It'll go back to the visitors. To be honest, Doug, I'm pretty jealous of that hair. That's something I would go for if I could pull it off, but.
Yeah, maybe in my younger days, but not anymore, no. That highlights would be great for me.
Oh, a nice ball forward. This is a good chance for Seattle. Goalie off his line. The ball is still loose. Gidic trying to stop it, but it's in the back of the net. Oh, and a defensive breakdown after the Rangers have completely dominated in the early going, and David Estrada, the veteran, gives Seattle a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we said you got to watch him. Some sneaky runs. He got in between the two centre backs, I believe. Here we go. We'll see it again. It was a great ball in, though. Penetrated the midfield, got in between the centre backs.
Like Smith maybe got caught sleeping there just a little bit, and Gidic trying not to commit a foul there in the box and not quite able to get back and block that shot.
That's a good run by Estrada and a good ball. And I'm just wondering, because when he played the ball, he played it into midfield, and the midfielder did not get it. Maybe Smith was caught off thinking it was going to go to the midfielder, and it got through that gap, and Estrada, with his experience and speed, just flew through there.
And we've seen the Seattle back line a little bit exposed in the early going, and that's the first time the Rangers back line has really been tested. And give credit to Estrada. He got behind the defense and able to calmly dribble and finish with Gidic on his hip. But now another chance for the Rangers, trying to work quickly the other way. Belmar back to the middle. Nice idea. What's Barry going to do with it? Setting up a shot, but it's blocked by his own player. Still possession for the home side. Lots of white jerseys back defending, though, for Seattle. Ball over the top, a bit too firm, and that's going to roll over the end line.
Well, just watching the game where it's going right now, I think we got some goals tonight. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game again. Obviously, Swope has created 2 or 3 chances already. Now they're behind. They're going to hopefully come after him again and create some more.
Here are exclusive stories directly from the USL's players in USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch. Back to that here in just a moment. Here's Belmar dribbling in under defense. Tight angle, and he finds the back of the net.
What a beautiful goal by Belmar. Took the ball on the right foot, swiveled his hips, brought it to his left, and slotted a great finish home. And like I said, we got some goals tonight. That was a fantastic goal.
Boy, it only took 2 minutes for the equalizer, Doug. You weren't kidding about having an exciting game to watch tonight.
Well, that's the best way to do it. Best way to do it. Get back on the board immediately. And I think, yes, was it Barry?
Yep, Barry played it out to Belmar. And he didn't have much of an angle here. Should the goalie have done better with that one?
Oh, I think it took a deflection.
Yeah, I think you're right. The defender sliding in, I think he did get a deflection, because I didn't think Belmar could score from that angle. It looked like the goalie had it stopped.
I agree. I thought initially goalkeeping error, but it looks like it took a deflection. But like I said, to swivel the hips of Belmar to get it on his left as quick as he did and get a quick strike off was tremendous.
Exciting start here so far in the first Swope Park Rangers match at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium. We've got to be careful here. If you're the Rangers, you don't want to give up a go-ahead goal right away, but Seattle is going to have a chance here to cross it into a dangerous spot. Oh, now good recovery defense to slow down that attack. End-to-end action here, and that's an onside play for the Rangers. It's Barry 1v1. What can he do here? Ah, good defense by Seattle as Barry tried to get it on his preferred right foot, but it's taken away. The foul is called, no doubt about that one.
Well, you get that ball behind that back four, and Barry, I've said it a few times now, I don't want to keep on saying, but he's got some pace. And good defending there by Seattle, the one-on-one situation, but a good opportunity to run the defender, take him on, and create another opportunity. So a good pass out from the back, and they're going to have to keep an eye on Barry. That boy's got some pace.
Before Belmar's equalizer, I was trying to tell you about these great exclusive stories directly from USL players in the USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch, with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and a first-person look into the professional game and its players' everyday lives. Again, check out USL's From the Pitch. Ball played back to the goalkeepers. Got to be careful here, but scuffs the shot, but again, at least able to alleviate the pressure. Bit of a dangerous pass back there by Colton Storm. Yeah,
that was not the best ball by Colton Storm, and surprisingly, the keeper's been very nice about it, because if I was a goalkeeper and I got a pass like that, I don't think I would be that nice to him.
Boy, Rangers pressing high here, and the goalie's going to have to make a play here with Barry in his face, but able to get rid of it. Rangers not content just to get the equalizer. They're pushing, trying to get another turnover and trying to take the lead here. They probably feel like they should have Scored in the 9th minute when Djidic hits the post, and a couple of chances after that, but it was Seattle who struck first in the 19th minute on the Estrada goal, and Belmar just 2 minutes later to equalize it.
Here's a Handwaller on the ball. We haven't seen a lot of him. We were hoping that we were going to see a lot of him on the ball, and tonight, so far, it's early in the game, he's not seen the ball as much as probably Seattle wants him to. Again, I'd probably give credit there to Swope's defending there.
Storm somehow able to keep possession, and off the defender, the ball will stay here with the Rangers.
Ball in behind the back four again, picking on that right fullback. That's a great ball. It just, when it goes over that back, it just gets the Seattle back four turning, facing their own goal. And it's created some problems already, and I don't see Swope stopping from doing it. I think they're going to continue to try and get that ball in behind the left and right fullback because it's causing Seattle some problems.
If you got what it takes to beat the experts on USLsoccer.com, show off your knowledge of the league by picking the right results of the USL's matchups each week of the season. I'm always terrible with that, you know? You think you know who should win a game, and it never plays out the way you think it does on paper. Although this game, I'll give you credit. You called this as kind of a high-scoring, exciting game, and it certainly looks like that's what this is going to turn into. As Benitez again here in his professional debut, trying to create something here for the Rangers. Ball into the box. Storm's there for the home side, but decent defense by Seattle, able to keep the Rangers from getting a shot on goal. Now just need to be careful here as the long ball played forward, cut out nicely there by Smith.
Nice and composed there by Smith. Got to hold the ball, just relax, turn back, and use the keeper just to keep possession. Swope's been very good in possession, just knocking around, being patient for those openings. There, like this, that's a much better ball from Colton Storm back to keeper this time.
Oh, nice touch there by Benitez. Look at the speed, but 1v2. He is dispossessed, but a foul is called on the Sounders.
So there is some pace. He's got some pace there. Knocked it past the fullback, and for the fullback to catch up, had to tug him back a little bit, I believe.
Let's take another look as he. Nice header there, and Benitez, what a nice first touch there, and then just accelerates 1 versus 2. But like you said, the jersey is tugged there, and no doubt about it, I think that's definitely a foul on Alfaro for Seattle, and a pretty dangerous spot for a free kick here for the home side, especially with the targets that Swope Park Rangers has out there.
Yeah, we got some big boys in the box. Is that Kuam taking the kick, I believe, or is that Hernandez? My eyes
it's going to be Hernandez again, number 85.
All right, so we got some targets, yeah?
And he had a really nice service earlier in the game that could have been a goal.
Smith, Didage, Barry, just to name a few.
Good service again, and again, it was a great chance, and again, Djidic just misses, this time just high over the top at goal.
Yeah, no, he's 0 for 2 right now. He's going to get one eventually. That boy's got some size, and he's very good in the air.
And again, perfect service. What a great ball into a dangerous spot, but Djidic unable to keep it on frame.
Not an easy one, because I think he had Smith right in front of him. So it wasn't an easy one to get up and win cleanly. But another good attempt.
I'm just impressed by the service. You're talking about a, 18, 19-year-old kid just putting the ball into a perfect spot. You don't always see that with the MLS guys.
No, you do not. Some people have just got a knack for that. Great challenge by Smith.
Yeah, I feel like you can never get enough guys that can be that sort of weapon on a free kick. We were talking about Brad Davis before the broadcast tonight. Before he came to Sporting KC, he's got to be one of the best guys I've ever seen in MLS when it came to free kicks and corner kicks. Man, he always put the ball right where he wanted to.
Yeah, those people are amazing. And when you got players like that, I mean, let's pick an obvious one, David Beckham. You got players like that, you cannot leave them out of the squad because, you know, anytime you get a set piece, there's a chance for you to score. And yeah, but it takes a lot of practice to do that too. And I know Beckham used to practice a lot of hours, and I'm sure there's the same thing here with Hernandez. You don't just get that good by doing it once or twice, that's for sure.
Be a throw in here for the visitors as we're about 16 minutes from the halftime break. Ball lobbed towards the goal. It's going to go, I believe, harmlessly over the end line. Took a while. I thought the wind would just push it out. It was up there so high, but maybe a little backspin on that. And then quickly taken by the goalkeeper, McLeod. Gets it back.
So Swope not afraid to play out the back, and that's the kind of way Sporting does too. So like you said, the teams are playing like the first teams are playing, and not afraid to knock it out of the back and use the keeper and work the way up the field that way.
Oh, looked like it could have been a big collision, and Barry fortunately avoids the Seattle midfielders. And fans, make sure you cast your vote for the USL Goal of the Week every Monday evening at uslsoccer.com as the road to the Fans' Choice USL Goal of the Year continues throughout the season. Another chance here for the home side, possibly. Storm near the edge of the box, playing it across. Barry dispossessed. Now here's Hernandez. Thinking about a long-range shot, perhaps. Now to Benitez on his professional debut. The Rangers patient here now, taking their time with this one. Kuzain playing it back to his defense, and Djidic. Graham Smith, the rookie. Here's Belmar, nice fake back to the inside. Now using his pace to go on that preferred left foot. 1v2, splits the defense and take it down in the box. I believe the ref says no. Oh, I thought he might have been tripped there, Doug.
Yeah, well, I thought it was a good challenge. It looked like a good tackle to me, but he cut left, he cut right, and he was just an inch off of getting through on that right foot. And I think it was a good tackle. Here's an opportunity here.
Long range shot, it rolls wide of goal. Let's take another look at Belmar coming into the box here. And was this a foul? Should this have been a penalty kick? If nothing else, quite a move here to split two defenders. Did he catch the toe there? Do you think that was clean?
I don't know. I might have to see that one again.
It was closer than you thought, maybe?
Yeah, it was closer than I thought, but yeah, I don't know. It'll be a tough one to call.
Either way, no penalty kick is called on what I don't think it would have been a huge argument if they could have. I think that's the one that could have gone either way. Let's take one more look as we have a pause in the action here. And Belmar, again, a real nice move. Let's take a look at the challenge here. And was there any contact? Oh, I think we did get a little foot-to-foot contact. Now, at that point, the ball's sort of bouncing away. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, the problem is the referee doesn't get the slow motion that we got.
You're right.
And when I initially saw it, I thought that's a good tackle. And I'm probably guessing that's what he thought. But now we look back, he did catch his foot. I think that would have been a harsh penalty to give if he did.
Oh, and there's a foul for sure in the midfield.
He definitely caught him on that one, that's for sure. And he's going to get carded for it too. And that's Handwaller, is it, I believe? Yep, Handwaller.
And Saravia went down. We haven't called his name much tonight, but guy who's wearing the captain's armband for the Swope Park Rangers, taken down pretty viciously there just outside the center circle. Yellow card. We did highlight Buana in the pregame and still waiting to kind of see what he can do offensively. We've heard a lot about this 18-year-old product of Kenya. Came here as a refugee, really great story, and it looks like he's got a lot of upside, but he's yet to really make an impact here in the first half hour of the match. Nice idea there by Hernandez to Barry again. He's been wreaking havoc all night. Barry able to keep it, but good emergency defense by Seattle. Ball still with Swope Park Rangers, now back to the visitors. They look to break, but don't have the numbers here. 2 versus 3. Nice job there slowing it down. It's a foul, but that's a smart foul there by Colton Storm, preventing what could have been a break.
There's a good opportunity at the other end for Swope too. Great run inside by Benitez, which opened it up for Barry, and Barry just couldn't get his touchdown to get round the fullback.
Ulysses with it for Seattle. Nice give and go attempt. It goes just over the sideline, but takes a deflection. Ball played to the corner and ball sent across into a dangerous spot, but cleared out pretty easily. And now Belmar with it for the Rangers. Belmar somehow able to keep possession again. And look at that ball forward. The onside flag is down. Barry now trying to survey his options. Lots of white there, white defenders, and Belmar gets it back. Pointed across to Barry. The rookie on his debut has his shot deflected just wide as Benitez found himself with the ball in a very dangerous spot in the area, but his shot was blocked. I think he may have had the first goal of his career if not for that emergency defending.
What a great ball in, but great play by Barry, because what he did is he slowed the play down so Belmar could get up there and then laid it out wide. And then just a good block by Seattle, and he's thinking, gosh, that could have been my first goal on my debut. But another great attack, and it's all starting off with Barry. Barry is working his tail off.
Good service again on the corner kick, and that header finds the back of the net. Third time is a charm for Hernandez on a great set-piece service. And the goal for Saravia, we mentioned we hadn't called his name much yet tonight. Well, he delivers there. The captain gets the goal, and it's 2-1 for the Swope Park Rangers.
That is a tremendous finish, and I wouldn't have thought that would be the guy on the ball. I thought it'd be one of our taller guys, but he just directed that to the far post, lobbed it high.
And look at that, defender is there. He just can't quite get it.
That is a tremendous finish, because he knew exactly what he was doing. Pushed it high to the far corner. Brilliant finish, brilliant.
You're right, absolutely stellar finish. And I'll say it again, Hernandez, third time, he's had absolutely perfect service. I mean, that was a great finish, but wow, Hernandez again impressive with great service. And Swope Park Rangers, they could have 4 or 5 goals right now, but they're happy, I think, to be back ahead and have the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and that's good news that they're getting so many opportunities on set pieces. You know, they've got some tall guys, and like I said, I would not have thought Saravia would have been the person on the ball, but that was a tremendous finish, and good news and good signs for Swope Park Rangers there on set pieces. Not so good on Seattle's part, though.
Boy, lots of action in this match here in the first 35 minutes. If you're just tuning in, it's 2-1, and both teams, especially the Rangers, have had several other really good goal-scoring opportunities in this match, and it looks like more goals maybe to come here tonight in Overland Park, Kansas.
Well, I think that's one of the things that Swope Rangers is trying to do, is entertain and get the crowd out here to watch them. It's a real cold night, and there's a good crowd out here to watch them, and if they keep on doing this week after week, their crowds are going to get bigger, because this is entertaining soccer.
Boy, we should mention, you know, tickets for these home matches start at just $9, and there are student tickets available for just $5. And on top of that, I was talking to Kurt Austin, one of the PR guys earlier tonight, and he said, just reminded me that for Sporting KC season ticket members, they can come out to these Rangers games for free. They just have to contact their client services rep. So if you're a season ticket member, come check out this next wave of Sporting KC talent. And if you're just a soccer fan, you know, you can come out here for less than $10. If you're a student, you can come out here for $5. It's a great deal. And you know, it's a cool venue too. I mean, this is a great location right off the highway, plenty of seating, and I think this is going to be a really fun year for the Swope Park Rangers. But a foul there sets up Seattle in a very dangerous spot. Now their first real danger of the match in terms of a set piece. They should be able to put the ball into a very good spot here on this free kick, and it's going to be Bawana, the player we've been talking about all night. We'll see what he can do. Referee getting everything situated as we're about 8 minutes before the halftime whistle here. See if those big bodies for the Rangers can successfully defend this free kick. Bawana low line drive. It's touched the back heel, but a really good idea. But McLeod reacting quickly to make the save. As boy, after the back heel dug, there was a couple forwards that just slipped right behind the defense. Yeah, unfortunately for Roldan, that was a nice flick, but it just didn't have enough pace on it. If there was more pace on it, that might have snuck into the far post. But nice little fancy flick with a good ball in too. Almost looked like they maybe had rehearsed that. And again, Swope, sorry, not Sporting, playing out the back, and unfortunately lost the ball. But those are the problems you get when you play out the back all the time. Every now and then it can go wrong, and it has done a couple of times tonight, but they're going to continue to do it. Well, the good thing now for the Rangers, they get to have Belmar and Barry streaking up the field again, which has been really a great part of their offense here in the early going. And just a minute ago, dribbling around right around their own goal, able to almost spring an opportunity. Big contact there, it looked like, but no foul is called, and Hernandez dispossessed. Now we have a 2v3 for Seattle. Blue jerseys recovering, though, and now a lot of defense there for the Rangers as they're able to win back possession.
Yeah, if you look at that little picture, there's like 7 on 2. And 3 or 4 of them were right on top of Warner right there. Gave him no time on the ball.
The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. Nice job by Benitez again, kind of showing that skill and keeping his feet. He's been able to work through some contact here in the early going and able to keep possession there. He's not the biggest guy, especially when you look compared to his fellow forwards on the front line, but definitely very sturdy out there and not getting bumped off the ball.
Yeah, he's not big, but he is technical, and like we said earlier, he's got some pace too, so he's a handful. And he's come from the right side of the field. He's now on the left, and Belmar's gone on to the right. So now they're going to give headaches to the other 2 defenders. And they've given him a lot of headaches tonight.
Ball played all the way back to the keeper. 40 minutes gone here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium. It's 2-1 in favor of the home side, the Swope Park Rangers, and what has been a very exciting first half. Both teams won their season opener last week, so tied for first at the moment in the USL Western Conference. Obviously very early in the season. Long ball over the top, and now a dangerous ball across, takes a deflection into the side netting. I think that's just smart defending as you're able to stop a ball into a dangerous spot, but that nearly redirected into the back of the net.
Yeah, that was very dangerous. It's a great ball in, and oh, that was a pure accident, and that almost snuck into the front post. Fortunately for Swope, it's a corner kick instead.
That was Rebellion with the deflection. Now a high curling ball towards the back post, headed back to the middle, but cleared out by Benitez. Ball just seemed to hang up forever. For Seattle, obviously you'd love to find a way to get the equalizer before the halftime whistle. But even if they enter at this 2-1 scoreline, I think they'd have to feel pretty fortunate to only be down a goal with the offensive firepower we've seen from the Swope Park Rangers here in the first half.
I would definitely agree with that. 2-1, even though they wouldn't want to go in 2-1, is not as bad as it could be.
What a nice ball off the chest of Belmar, but good recovery defense by the Sounders as Storm tried to spring the attack the other way, but impressive, able to shake off that big body of Carlton Belmar. Ball played forward, but no one making a run for the visitors. Just going to roll harmlessly over the sideline for a throw in for the home side. The USL's official Facebook page brings you the best from across the league with news, highlights, and interactive features. Like the USL on Facebook to get the league's best content delivered straight to you. Contact there in the middle, and a foul is called on the visitors.
That's one way to stop Barry. Pull him back, hold on to him.
Saw that earlier in the match by Kuzain from the Rangers, who was shown a yellow card. No card is given there, but kind of a similar play. Golden Storm trying to keep possession and able to do so. Now getting it back here in the center of the park. Storm up from his left back spot. Here's Hernandez, who's been very active in the early going. A nice idea, but too many white jerseys to get through. And now Seattle looking to spring quickly the other way. Oh, looked like a nice play there. Foul is called, though, back up the field. I thought that was a pretty nice play by Kuzain.
I think that was a good tackle. I think he got a little pull or push on him before, so he was calling it back. He was trying to play advantage and brought it back because he got no advantage after the first foul.
Ball chipped over the top. Chance here for the visitors. Not much of an angle for a shot. The cross is deflected but stays in bounds. Now sent across and headed out at least momentarily. Swope Park Rangers now looking to maybe break in the other direction. Defense by Seattle as it looked like Sounders FC2 thought they were going to get a shot off in that last exchange, but nice defense there and a little bit of emergency defending for the home side, and Seattle doesn't even get a shot on target.
Yeah, that's a good opportunity for Seattle. They really should have got a shot off. Decided not to shoot and dribble a little bit more, and in the end, no shot on target whatsoever. It was a very good opportunity coming just before the start, or just before the end of the first half, tied.
Ricky Smith needs to be careful here, playing it into kind of a bad spot there. I'm not sure what he was doing, but it ends up not coming back to bite them. Nice there for the home side. Hernandez again plays it forward. Good quick passing here for the home side. Now Benitez. We have one more chance here in the first half. Nice pass from Benitez. It's tapped over the sideline. It'll stay with the home side. We'll have a minimum of 1 minute of stoppage time here at the end of the first half. Swope Park Rangers with a throw in here in the defensive half of Seattle. They're going to have to move fairly quickly here if they want to get a goal scoring opportunity, though.
I wonder why the guy just ran 60 yards down to the keeper. I guess his shoe fell off. I'm like, what's the guy doing? But his shoe came off, so he ran to the keeper to go get his shoe.
Swope Park Rangers, will they make one more foray up the field, or will they be content here just to keep possession and end the half? Certainly not in a big rush here. So we're closing in on the dying seconds of the first half. Nice long diagonal ball played through to Belmar. 1v1 now into the box. Belmar on his right foot plays it across to Barry. Lots of white jerseys there defending though for Seattle. Again, ball played into Benitez. He's dispossessed. Stays with the home side, but not much time left. They're really going to have to hurry if they're hoping for another chance here at the end of the first half. Belmar again, though, a nice job at dribbling there. Has nearly set up a goal-scoring chance for the home side. Got to be nearing the halftime whistle now. Referee John Freeman, you see him there in the center of the screen checking his whistle, or checking his watch, and there is the halftime whistle. What an exciting first half. Swope Park Rangers 2-1, and could have seen a lot more goals than that, Doug. That was a very exciting first half.
Oh yeah, it could have been anywhere from 5-2, 5-3. It was very, very entertaining indeed. So hopefully that'll continue to the second half, and hopefully some more goals to come.
Yeah, stay tuned, folks. I think we will have a lot more action in the second half. Seattle's certainly going to be pushing for the equalizer, and Swope Park Rangers have been dangerous all night, so probably not going to finish at a 2-1 final score. All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we will get started with the halftime show here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium in Overland Park, Kansas. Belmar with the goal, and Saravia with the go-ahead goal in the 35th minute for the Swope Park Rangers. They lead Seattle 2-1 at the half.
Rangers fans, it's time to announce tonight's raffle winner who will take home an autographed jersey. Tonight's winner is Joel Smith. Congratulations, Joel. Head over to the sales table to pick up your prize. Catch every home match by becoming a 2018 Rangers season ticket member. For more information, visit the promo table located near the west entrance. The kiosk will be open throughout this evening's match, so don't miss out on your opportunity to show your support and receive an exclusive season ticket member scarf. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50.
Welcome back here live inside Shawnee Mission South District Stadium. It's halftime, and the Swope Park Rangers lead the visitors from Seattle Sounders FC 2. It's 2-1 at the half. Dave Borchard here alongside Doug McCloggin. Thanks so much for tuning in. And we have a lot to get to here on the halftime show. We'd like to start with a recent trip to Children's Mercy Hospital by some of the players. We know the Sporting KC organization is so committed to charities in our local Kansas City community, and recently a couple of Swope Park Rangers players, Carlton Belmar, Amir Jidic, and Adrian Zendejas, had a chance to visit some of the kids at Children's Mercy Hospital, and let's check out their recent visit to the hospital.
Oh. Hey. Oh. Hey. All I'm trying to do is ride. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. Sleeping in my bed. Sleeping in my bed.
We're being joined today by Jake Edwards, president of the USL. Just getting ready to kick off an exciting 2018 season. Jake, thank you very much for joining us today.
Great, my pleasure.
Looking at some of the players, we've had a number of internationals now that call the USL home. What does that mean to you and the rest of the folks at the league that we're seeing so many of these world-class players now apply their trade here with the USL?
It's important. It's a testament to the growth of the league, the exposure the league's getting around the world now, that players in a number of countries are now seeing the USL regularly, appreciating the quality of what's going on here, and want to make this the league they want to play in, whether that's Didier Drogba, Joe Cole, and players of that caliber and quality who have played at the very highest level. We've had a significant amount of players this season that have played in the Gold Cup, that have played in the World Cup qualifiers, that are playing full senior international, as well as a nice mix of some of the next best players coming out of this country, you know, players on the under-20 national teams. And it's an exciting mix on the field, and I think it just speaks to the commitment and the investment that the owners are making into their clubs, the quality of coaches we now have in our league, and their ability to recruit players from all around the world. And I think it's just the quality of the competition certainly attracting better and better players.
You touched on coaching a little bit with the number of call-ups that we've seen as well from the players here at the USL playing for their national teams. What does that speak to in terms of the quality of coaching that we've seen?
It's great, and it's an area of our league we take seriously and we spend a lot of time on. We have a full-time department here that just works with our coaches. It is critical that we continue to attract better coaches all the time. We've got coaches now that have coached at the MLS, that have coached in Liga MX, that have coached in some of the top leagues around the world. What that brings is an understanding of what it takes to build a professional football club and how to instill a real football culture. Make no mistake, it's a large reason why we have so many top-class players coming in the league, and it's testament to the quality of coaches. Last year we had 2 coaches go on the new Federation Pro license. Now we've got 9 coaches on the Pro license this year, and more coming next year. So those coaches are doing tremendous work at the clubs, from the first team all the way down to the youth programs in the community.
Congratulations.
Back here live at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium. Again, the halftime show continues. It's 2-1 Swope Park Rangers as we just got done with a hot dog race, which I'm glad I'm not doing, Doug. I don't think I would fare very well, but certainly looks like those guys had fun here tonight. And speaking of fun, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings as for the Swope Park Rangers and tonight's opponent, Seattle. It's a really nice start to the season. Hopefully one of those teams for the home side would be looking for Swope Park Rangers. Could be sitting at 6 points after tonight, but good start to the season for both the teams we see here, as well as Swope Park's next opponent, Las Vegas. They also won their first game of the season.
And that's a new team, is it not?
Yep.
Yeah, so they've got to be happy sitting up there, sitting in 3rd place. Hopefully Swope wins today, they pick up 6, and then Vegas will come to them, and that'll be an interesting game.
Let's take a look at some scores from around USL. Actually, we'll look at the upcoming schedule, as we mentioned just a second ago, at the Las Vegas Lights. It's a late game, 10 p.m. Central Time next Saturday, and then the next home game for the Rangers will be a Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Probably going to be quite a bit warmer as we get a couple weeks here from now against Colorado Springs, and then back on the road against San Antonio, April 7th, a more normal 7:30 p.m. start time. So 2 of the next 3 on the road for the Rangers. They've already shown themselves to be a good road team. It's a 1 win and 1 road game so far this season. And now let's take a look at those scores. And Indy up 1-0, or I should say defeated Richmond 1-0 today. Atlanta 3-1 over New York. We have Nashville and Pittsburgh, not quite as an exciting game as what we've seen here tonight, a 0-0 final score. And Charleston 1-0 over Penn FC in full time. Halftime, San Antonio 1, St. Louis 1. We have Colorado Portland, no score about halfway through the second half. Tampa Bay about to close out a 2-0 win over Bethlehem, and Tulsa and the Monarchs knotted up at 1-1 in the 58th minute. First half stats, Doug, I would have to think these would be well in favor of the Swope Park Rangers, and that is how it plays out. Although shots on goal, an important stat, is 2-2. But it looks overall like kind of what I expected. It looks heavily in favor of the Rangers. Yeah, absolutely. 7 shots. That's a lot of shots, a lot of attempts. But the interesting stat is that they've had 2, and both of them have been on goal. So that's something for them to be aware at the back. While I think Swope is definitely dominating the game, they've got to be careful at the back, because obviously 2 shots and 2 on goal, that could be dangerous. But yeah, that explains really where the first half's been. 7 good opportunities for Swope. That's 62-38, a pretty big possession advantage. If the Rangers can continue that in the second half, certainly a great chance to close out this game. Let's take a look at some of the upcoming theme nights for the Swope Park Rangers. College Night coming up on April 4th, and I'll remind you, just $5 for student tickets to see the Rangers this year. So make sure to come out to some games, and College Night would be a perfect fit. On April 14th, Soccer Saturday. Again, all these at 7:30 p.m. April 28th, the I-70 Showdown. Gotta love that rivalry when we're talking about the I-70 Showdown. And then May 26th, Military Night. We know the great history honoring the military here in the Sporting KC organization, so that'll be a fun theme night as well. Tonight's got a great inaugural game here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium, but lots of cool theme nights to come up here in the next few weeks for the fans. All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we will check out the first half highlights, talk about second half adjustments, and get you ready for the start of the second half just a few moments away. It's Swope Park Rangers 2-1 over the Seattle Sounders FC. You're watching USL Soccer here on SportingKC.com and USLSoccer.com. Welcome back. It's halftime here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium. About 3 minutes till the start of the second half. It's 2-1. Swope Park Rangers leading the visitors from Seattle Sounders FC 2. And lots of action in the first half. And right now, before we get going with the second half, let's take a look at the first half highlights. And like I said, no shortage of action here in the first half, as lots of scoring opportunities for both teams. Started with a corner kick here in the 9th minute as Gidic had a great chance just off the post.
Mir Didic would want that one back. Here's a close call, and I think we might be able to freeze this to find out, but it's close. Let's have a look right here. Ball played now. I think he could be on.
Close as you can get. It was called offside, though, and the ref's in a pretty good position. I mean, it's not like he was way behind the play.
Yeah, the only thing is maybe Barry's shoulder was leaning in further, and if his shoulder's ahead of the defender, then he's offside. So maybe the linesman did get it right. There's a good opportunity for Barry, but ran out of control, lost control of the ball.
Barry really was wreaking havoc, especially the first part of the first half. And Swope Park was all over Seattle, but then Seattle with a bounce there off the goalkeeper and the captain Estrada from a tight angle around Gidic. And even though it had been all Swope Park Rangers early, Seattle got the 1-0 lead. Things weren't looking good here in front of the home fans, but just 2 minutes later, it was the equalizer for the Rangers.
Just a beautiful play. Swivel the hips, pull it to the left. Got a little bit of a deflection to go underneath the keeper, but a tremendous finish. Just love the way he moved it from his right to his left real quick and hit it cleanly. Slight deflection.
Not much of an angle there, but Belmar, like you said, with the help of the deflection, found a way to find the back of the net. And the equalizer just 2 minutes after Seattle took the lead. And then look at this. Talk about placement on a header. How about that?
That's tremendous. Unbelievable. He knew exactly what he was doing. Lob it to the far post. That is a tremendous finish.
Rodrigo Saravia and both captains with a goal in the first half. Belmar with a goal as well. And Rangers with the 2-1 halftime lead. Doug, if you're Seattle and you're trailing here, getting ready to start the second half, if you're coach John Hutchinson, kind of seen your team outplayed here in the first half, what adjustments do you think they may be thinking about doing? And on the other side, Paulo Nagamura, whose team put together a very nice first half, do you think he just comes out with the same game plan in half number 2? Yeah,
I think he's probably going to come out with the same game plan. Where they've been successful, and opposites adjust here, but when they've been successful, it's when they've played the ball behind the back four of Seattle. So for Seattle, they need to keep the ball in front of them. They need to get pressure on the ball so the ball cannot be played in that easily, but keep the ball in front. We've seen a couple of times where the ball is from a throw-in been thrown behind the back four, and off goes Barry and Belmore, and they're not catching them. So they've got to keep the ball in front of them. And with Swope, I would keep on going the same thing. I love those big diagonal balls they've been playing in behind the fullbacks. They have caused problems all night long. I wouldn't change it unless Seattle adjusts to it.
As we can see, the second half getting ready to get underway. And again, thanks so much for tuning in. You're watching USL Soccer here on SportingKC.com and USLSoccer.com. I'm Dave Borchard alongside Doug McCloggin, former Kansas City Comets player, longtime Blue Springs High School soccer coach, is our color commentator tonight. An exciting game here as two teams that have gotten off to a good start. Obviously very early, this is just the second game of the season, but we know Swope Park Rangers coming off back-to-back USL Cup appearances, and both these teams victorious in the first game of the season last week. Seattle won at home, and Swope Park Rangers won on the road in a blizzard at Reno 1868 FC. Both of them come from behind wins. The Rangers even more dramatic, 4-3 final score, as they scored in the dying moments of that match. All right, referee John Freeman blows his whistle. We're underway. 45 minutes to go here in this one. Rangers with a 2-1 lead as the second half gets underway.
Well, I don't see any changes on the field. We've not been alerted of any changes, so we're still in the same formations we started with, and we'll see what adjustments both teams have made.
This is not an adjustment from the first half. Again, it's Belmar into the box, using his pace to get behind the defense, but it's like some good recovery defense by Seattle, as it looked like it was going to be the same formula as half number 1. Belmar and Barry streaking at the Seattle back line, and almost a chance there in the opening minute. Benitez trying to track it down in the corner. He's able to do so. Fancy footwork, but unable to keep it in. And again, Camilo Benitez on his professional debut here tonight for the Rangers. Showed some flashes of speed and skill there in the first half, alongside the strength and pace of Haji Berry and Carlton Belmar. A nice front three tonight for the Swope Park Rangers.
It's been a very good front three. They've worked really hard defensively to put pressure on Seattle, and then on the ball they've shown they've had some pace and they've created plenty of opportunities. Now they just need to finish a little bit more of their opportunities they create.
Benitez has the foul called there. Maybe a bit of a flop there, but certainly some contact.
He sold the call a little bit. How about that?
Little pro wrestling drama there in the fall, but that's all right as it works. Seattle able to keep possession of the ball. Here in the opening stages of half number 2. If you're just tuning in, Estrada got the opening goal of the match for Seattle in the 19th minute. It was Belmar with the equalizer just 2 minutes later in the 21st, and then Saravia with a great header into the corner of the net in the 35th minute, and that is the difference at the moment in the match. Storm off the corner flag. It goes out for a corner kick. Thought that might stay in for a throw-in.
Well, after we've seen set pieces tonight, I'd be confident that Swope Park Rangers is going to win this ball in the air. So watch out for some maybe trickiness. The first corner they took, it was a free kick they took, played in real low, and we had a nice little flick from Estrada, I think, or roll down. So let's see what they've talked about here in the change rooms at halftime.
Only the second corner kick of the match coming up for Seattle. Pretty good service, but headed out of danger there by Djidic. Ball lobbed towards the keeper. McLeod makes the easy catch. All the way back to the keeper now.
Seattle coming with a little bit more pressure this half. They seem to be a little bit more direct, offensively minded here.
And the ball kick guy was like...
Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. You can also receive free shipping on orders over $50. Throw in here for the home side, now just lobbed up the field.
Well, just a little bit of reverse from the first half here. Seattle now is controlling the tempo of the ball. I don't know if that's just for the first few minutes, and hopefully Swope will come back into it. But right now, Seattle's got the ball at the feet, and Swope doesn't seem to be able to keep the ball.
Rebellion with some good defense there, able to alleviate the pressure, and now off of Seattle to go back to the home side. Obviously, the Sounders and Sporting KC, pretty bitter rivals at the Major League Soccer level. Do you think that carries over at all here to the USL sides?
Well, I'm not sure if it has yet, but it will. I mean, you know, it's early days. They played, I think, 4 times before this, and I think Swope has won every game.
That's correct,
I believe, yeah. So, yeah, that rivalry will pick up.
But to your point, you know, kind of have to have both sides getting some wins before it can really be a rivalry, right?
Yeah, you've got to make it competitive before you can really call it a rivalry.
Seattle now with some time and space. Nice give and go there at the edge of the box. Ball takes a deflection and it's still in. Now rolls over the end line. It'll be a goal kick coming up for McLeod, but pretty good stuff there for Seattle to get started. They've been very active here in the first 5 minutes of half number 2.
Yeah, they've probably had the ball more in this second half than they've had it the whole first half, really. Uncharacteristic of Swope, though, because they have not really put 2 or 3 passes together yet.
Trying to split the defense there, but Barry unable to pull the ball down, and now trying to cause some pressure, but not really any immediate danger. Oh, that's a foul. No foul is called. The advantage is given now at the edge of the area. Cut back. Could have been a PK.
Oh.
It's not given, and a goal. It's a goal for the home side. What a wild play. It looked like it could have been a foul. Advantage was played. I thought it could have potentially been a penalty kick. And instead, it's just a great finish by Colton Storm. How about that effort, Doug? Able to keep the ball and keep going.
I agree. It could have been a free kick and a penalty kick. So, first of all, great officiating. There's a foul there. Play on, he says. Here comes another foul inside the box, I think. He plays on, and what a great finish. Great composure by Storm. Fouled twice, still stays on his feet, and finish a bomb. That is a tremendous goal.
Boy, talk about determination, man. He gets through two hard fouls, one in the box, and instead of sitting there throwing his hands up and asking where the penalty is, he just gets right up and shoots it in the back of the net like he never got affected.
Yeah, a lot of people complain about soccer players flopping all over the place. He had 2 opportunities to flop, stayed on his feet and scored a great goal. So tremendous play there from Colton Storm. And that was kind of a little bit of against the run of play. Seattle was controlling the ball, knocking around. Swope couldn't really get the ball, and then all of a sudden, bang, they're back in with the 2-goal lead now.
Shandon Hopow just came in for Seattle, and going out was Cameron Martin. So we have our first substitution of the match there. You know, Doug, they always say the 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in soccer, but you know, if you're a fan, you'd much rather your team be up 2 goals than 1. So.
I would much rather that, but yeah, I've got my assistant coach at high school that says that all the time. And he's right, because if you get that 1 goal, then one team gets on a high, and then they're rolling. The other team starts thinking, oh dear, we could be in trouble now. But I'd still much rather be leading 3-1 than 2-1.
I don't know. Like, I guess my experience watching the game is I feel like the team might relax that first, 3, 4, 5 minutes after they go up 2. But if you can get past that initial phase, then you're just feeling good about yourselves. And I don't know, maybe you add on that 3-goal lead. But right when I say that, here's Seattle dribbling into the edge of the area. Good defense there by Benitez. But I always feel like that first 5 minutes after a goal is always a scary time for a team to maybe let up.
Well, we saw that today, didn't we? They went up 1-0, and within 2 minutes, we're back, yeah. Happens a lot in the game of soccer. It's that being focused, once you get that goal, to realize things are going to come after you the next 5 minutes. So let's see how Seattle responds here. They really started off the second half very, very well. And that was a big setback for them there. But let's see if they can continue. It looks like they've talked about this halftime, about keeping the ball, because they're doing their very best here to maintain possession, to create opportunities, which they did not do the first half.
So you're obviously a lot of experience as a soccer coach. What do you think Paulo Nagamura is thinking in terms of, at some point, do you take the pedal off the gas and just start killing off the game and put more numbers behind the ball, or do you think he's going to have his guys just go out and play like they've been playing the whole game so far and just try to get more goals?
Yeah, I don't know Paulo well enough yet as a coach, but I got a feeling he's not going to stop. I think he's going to score more goals, and he wants to be entertaining, wants to be creative. I don't think you're going to see him sit back. Now, are they going to defend well at times? Yeah, they will. But I think they'll still come after it and try and score more goals. I'll be surprised. I guess we'll find out real soon.
Near takeaway there could have led to something for the Rangers, but now Seattle with the ball behind the defense, and that is onside. McLeod comes off his line, but not able to get it, and Seattle has pulled one back, just like we talked about. Only a few minutes after the Colton Storm goal, it's Estrada again, his 2nd goal of the match.
Great goal by Estrada, but Bwana Handwala, the 18-year-old, showed us why he is that good. Look at him turn inside out there, and that's a beautiful penetrating pass. And then the 30-year-old Estrada, who's got so much experience, that's an easy finish for him. And that's his 2nd today.
Not much McLeod could do either. Estrada there one-on-one, and McLeod's got the whole goal. Tried to make himself big, but not quite able to do enough. And like you said, that's an easy finish for a veteran like Estrada. And we have a game again.
Yes, we do.
Like we said, that 2-goal lead, so dangerous, and it's played out. Only 4 minutes after Colton Storm, looked like that could have been the nail in the coffin. Instead, it's Estrada pulling Seattle right back into this match. And what an exciting game here, week 2 of USL Soccer.
Yeah, and I think that's Seattle's 3rd shot on goal, and 2 of them have gone in. So they get those opportunities, they're deadly.
Dangerous ball in here for the Rangers, but Barry unable to direct it on frame. It'll be a goal kick coming up for the Sounders.
But we were talking before the game about Handwaller, and he'd been quiet early in the game, but the last couple plays we've seen him, you can see that he's got a bit of magic, and that was a beautiful play on the ball and a wonderful split pass for Estrada to run onto.
The throw in here for the home side as we're coming up on the 1 hour mark here in a few minutes. You can hear exclusive stories directly from USL's players in USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch, with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and first-person look into the professional game and players' everyday lives. Again, check it out, USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch.
Colton Storm was just hammered in a challenge there, which I think was called a foul.
Grabbing that elbow, maybe it's hopefully it's just a funny bone sort of thing. He doesn't look like he's in too much agony over there, but certainly some discomfort.
I'm not sure if it was a bad challenge. Ulysses went after the ball and won the ball in the air, but I think he caught him after the challenge.
Oh, yeah, like hip right to the arm, and then it looks like he tried to brace himself going down. That may have been where the injury happened as well. It's hard to tell.
But I think Ulysses had his eye on the ball. I don't think he meant to foul there. It was just some contact, but he's definitely aggressive in the challenge, that's for sure.
McLeod unable to play that out of the back. And now Seattle moving quickly, trying to create another chance here deep in the Rangers' defensive third. Seattle calling for the ball, and it does stay with them here. Seattle certainly looking much better than they did in the first half, and now in search of the equalizer, but a long-range shot goes well off target. Way over the top of goal. You have what it takes to beat the experts. You get at picking games. Make sure you check out Beat the Expert on USLsoccer.com. Show off your knowledge of the league by picking the right results of the USL matchups each and every week of the season. Again, check out Beat the Experts on USLsoccer.com. Cloud getting ready to put his right foot into a goal kick. Low line drive coming down around midfield. Barry got that first touch. He's been a little more quiet, kind of the later stages of the first half, and early in the second half hasn't made quite as big an impact on the game as he did the first half hour or so.
And I think a lot of that can be, or could be put down, just the fact that Swope is not getting as much possession as they did first half. You've seen a different Seattle here second half. They're working hard. Look at Estrada working his tail off there. And then when they've got the ball, they've kept the ball this half. First half, too often they were giving the ball away too easily.
Well, the ball was being passed around here among the defenders. Paulo Nagamura called over Camilo Benitez and was giving him a little advice here on the near sideline. So we'll see if he's going to maybe adjust his positioning on the field. We'll see what this gentleman does in his professional debut. We mentioned Benitez has shown some skill. It's a big collision there. Pretty reckless challenge there by Seattle. And
it's Ulysses again, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here we go. Look, here we go. They must have taken a quick free kick.
3-on-2 for the home side. Belmar finds the back of the net. What a game. That's the 4th goal for Swope Park Rangers. And once again, they have a 2-goal lead.
Wow, that boy can finish. That was a tremendous finish. He just picked his spot, slotted it away. I didn't see how it got there. I think it must have been a quick free kick. Definitely caught Seattle out because, again, he got in behind the back 4. Yep, there it is, look.
Yeah, I was busy looking at the injured player, and so was the Seattle defense. Belmar just had to make one guy miss, cut it into his right foot, and what a beautiful finish
What
to
a
the side netting.
finish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's a great finish. Was that as good as his finish last week? I don't know. That's two great finishes. And that boy keeps on scoring goals. He's definitely helping himself out there, as well as Swope Park Rangers.
So Belmar with 2 goals tonight. Estrada with 2 goals for Seattle. Saravia also has a goal, and Colton Storm also has a goal. So 6 goals tonight in this match. Swope Park Rangers had 7 goals in their season opener. Much like the first team, Sporting KC, it looks like this could be a very exciting team to watch this year.
Absolutely, and just give a credit. I think it was Colton Storm that took the free kick quickly. So give a lot of credit there. So he's got a goal, and I think that was his assist there, because that was just quick, smart thinking. We talked about it at halftime a little bit, that the problem with Seattle is Swope is getting in behind their back 4, and that ball from Colton Storm immediately penetrated the back 4, and it ended up in the back of the net. And here comes another sub for Seattle.
So Ulysses going to exit this match for the Seattle Sounders, as their second substitution is Kai Briscoe coming in, number 41.
Leaving the game, number 36, Denso Ulysses. He's replaced by number 41, Kai Briscoe.
And I'm wondering if that was a sub, because Ulysses has been involved in a couple challenges in the last couple of minutes. Maybe the sub was made because, and here comes Barry again. Unlucky again.
Well, I tell you, not that he's been all that bad himself, but a rough night for Brown, the goalkeeper for Seattle. He's had a lot of action in front of his net on both ends tonight.
Yeah, I don't think he's done anything wrong.
No, I agree, yeah.
But he's definitely been under the gun, that's for sure. Ooh, that's a nasty challenge. Let's see what color's coming out there.
Yeah, Benitez, it didn't look intentional to me, but it certainly ended up being a pretty violent tackle, and referee has pulled a yellow card.
Yeah. Seattle wants more than that, because it was a bad challenge, but I agree with you. I don't think he meant it. I think he was obviously going after the ball, but his cleats were up in the air. But John Freeman's having a little word with him and said, hey, that's not a good challenge. Don't be doing that again. And he might be lucky to stay on the field a little bit there.
Yeah, we'll see a replay, and like I said, it looked to me like he was going for the ball. He just obviously did not get it, and did make pretty significant contact there with the studs up. So you can see why it was a yellow card. But I think probably pretty fair that he didn't show him a red there.
Yeah, I think if the cleats would have been higher, you know, knee height or something like that would have been a red. But I don't think they were. I don't think it was intentional, and I don't think it was high enough to warrant a red. So yellow, I think John Freeman made the right call. Just to mention referee, John Freeman, one of our best referees in the state of Kansas. Very good referee, and he's done a good job tonight. There he is.
I always feel like a referee is doing a good job when you don't say his name a lot, and he's, you know, he hasn't really made the match about himself, and he hasn't had any controversial calls. So yeah, I agree. I think he's done a nice job tonight. Benitez, we just saw shown the yellow a minute ago, is officially out of the match. So I will be out of the match here momentarily, I should say. So his professional debut, pretty successful one. We'll see what happens here, maybe even in the next few seconds, as Belmar trying to work around 3 defenders. Man, I would not want to be a defender dealing with him. But Benitez is going to be coming out here in just a few minutes. Substitution waiting on the sideline, but I feel like he's had a pretty nice performance here in his professional debut.
I think he's done well. He's done very well, and it could be with that challenge, maybe coach wants to take him off and just cool it down, because you get another challenge, he gets another yellow, he's gone. So that might be the sub occurring because he got that yellow card.
William Little is going to be coming in, number 49, and once we get the next dead ball, at least that's the way it looks right now. He's standing there waiting to come in. Unless the coaching staff changes their mind, which has been known to happen on occasion, but it doesn't look like it will be here. Although who knows, if we have a goal by either side, maybe that changes the strategy here in the next 30 seconds. We'll see what happens. But as it sits now, it looks like William Little about to be coming in for Benitez for the Swope Park Rangers. Lead by 2 goals here, about 25 minutes to go in this one. And there's the substitution to make it official in the professional debut. Benitez goes 65 minutes for the Swope Park Rangers and shows some good skill up top as well as some good pace in his professional debut.
Absolutely, a young one coming off and a young one coming on. Did very well his first game, very well.
Replaced by number 49, Will Little.
You know, it's funny, it's a pretty new thing here to have these minor league teams kind of feeding up into MLS, but I think especially if you're a Sporting KC fan or whatever MLS market you might be in, it's we've seen it for years with baseball and kind of following these prospects, and you want to see who's the next guy for the Royals, who's at AAA, and you know, really getting a chance to see this and come out and see it in person. It's exciting, and we've already seen some of these guys feed into the first team. You know, a Daniel Shallowy and like a guy like Belmar, we could certainly see him up at some point this year. So I think it's something that local soccer fans really need to come out and take advantage, because this is pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it's good, and it's 3 teams. It's Sporting, it's Swope, and it's also Sporting Juniors Academy, and that's good to see. And the young players have got to play with the older players too. So it's great to see these 18, 19-year-olds playing with 28, 29-year-old guys, because that's how you pick up experience. That's how they do it in Europe, and it just makes you as a young kid realize how to play the game a little bit quicker and a little bit smarter, and it's fantastic to see your players like Benitez and Will Little come on, as well as others who are young.
Well, how much do you think long-term this could help even like U.S. soccer? You know, to have guys like these 16, 18-year-old guys playing against the best players in the United States versus going through the full college experience potentially and not having as good a competition. I mean, is this something that when we sit here in 15 or 20 years could make a major impact on the U.S. national team?
I think it does. I think it's got to happen. If you, and I hate to pick on Europe, but if you're good at 16, you're playing with the top players in the country, and you're playing for your Man Uniteds and Chelseas at 16, 17, 18. And, you know, that's what needs to happen here, too.
Nice ball by Hernandez into the recently entered Little, trying to get it on his left foot. It looks like plays it back, but no one there. A bit of a miscommunication.
Yeah, he had the right idea, but Saravia had another idea, and unfortunately they just didn't connect with each other.
Now Seattle looking to get out the other way. Nice ball forward here. Tons of space on the wing. But nice sliding interception there by Djidic. Looked like that could have been danger, but Djidic just comes out and cuts it out. Oh. Pretty serious collision it looks like there, and immediately down and hearing some groans of pain there by Swope Park Rangers defender Rabillon.
Yeah, good hit from behind there, but he also was under a little bit of pressure, so could have done with a foul. So I think, yeah, that's a foul from behind, definite. No question about it.
20 minutes left in this one as Swope Park Rangers seem to have stalled that momentum Seattle had early in the second half. Now maybe just content to kill off this game. We'll see how these last 20 minutes play out, but the Rangers seem to have settled in. They weren't able to do that the first time they built that 2-goal lead, but have done better here the last few minutes. As they look to close this out here in the home opener with a win. If it stays with this scoreline, the Rangers will improve to 2-0-0 with 6 points on the young season. Dangerous ball sent across, but caught by McLeod. Fans, make sure you cast your vote for the USL Goal of the Week every Monday evening at USLsoccer.com as the road to the fans' choice USL Goal of the Year continues throughout the season. Seattle about to make another substitution. We'll tell you about that in just a moment. Nice diagonal ball to the far sideline. What can Seattle do with it? Had the ball on the edge of the box a moment ago, now forced back near midfield. Rangers very organized here defensively, lots of big bodies on that back line as well. Seattle's gonna have to do something really special if they're gonna break them down here. Speaking of something special, that looked like a great tackle defensively, but the foul is called just outside the box. What do you think of that one, Doug?
Well, I think he got the ball, but he came in from behind, and that might be why the referee called it, because it looked like a dangerous challenge from behind.
No, I agree with you. Like, it looked like it could have been dangerous, but at the same time, I thought he got all ball. Let's take another look here.
Yeah, maybe because he's diving in there, both feet in the air. But, yeah, 50-50 could have gone either way. Let's see if Bowana, I got a feeling Bowana Hanwaller's going to be on this ball, and let's see what he can do from there.
Just saw the substitution. Nicholas Hines in, number 31, in place of Gabe Threadgold for Seattle.
Yeah, and Hines was one of the guys that got a goal last week, which was, I was shocked a little bit that the 2 goal scorers didn't start the game. Here's one of them in, so they're obviously, they've still got opportunity here. If this goes in here, we've still got a game on, that's for sure.
Very dangerous position on the field. Ball struck well, diving save by McLeod. Boy, really nice aim there by Bowana. He had it going right towards the lower corner, but McLeod read it well.
Yeah, good strike, but great goalkeeping too. Yeah, I got a feeling there's plenty of time left here. I don't think Seattle's done yet. They're still creating and still moving that ball around quite well, and they've done a good job at that in the second half. So this game is still on. Swope really needs that, maybe that 5th goal. That's a foul right there.
Yeah, it's got to be a foul.
Yep, foul and a card. Roll down, gets the yellow card for holding him back. Good officiating. Tried to play the advantage, but there was no advantage, so called the play back, gave him a yellow.
Taking a look at that free kick from just a moment ago. Like you said, that could have been a game-changing moment there as Bowana had the free kick from a very dangerous spot. Look at that, going right towards the corner. But McLeod read it perfect and curling a bit back into his path, which helped him. But
yeah,
nice extension.
I agree there. It's a good save, but with the curl on the ball, instead of being right in the corner, it actually curled into closer to the keeper, so it made it a little bit easier to save, but still a great save. But, a very vital save.
Did you think he'd go for that far post, or did you think he'd try to use the curl and maybe get near post there?
I thought he was going to try and go over the wall and dip it at the near post, but it was quite a close free kick. It was only about 22 yards out, so sometimes it's really hard to get it up and over and dip it over the wall. And so maybe that's why he went for that far post.
Belmar goes down, the foul is given, and you know, a big strong guy like Carlton Belmar, if he actually hits the ground, he's probably going to get the foul most of the time, because he's not a guy that's easy to take down. He's not a guy that looks like he's a diver either. So 2 defenders there. Belmar goes down, earns the free kick, in a pretty dangerous spot here for the Rangers.
I assume Didic will be up here in the box. Yeah, I think he is, yep. He's had a few chances tonight in the air, and hopefully this will be his 3rd with an opportunity to score this time.
What they say, 3rd time's a charm. We'll see if Hernandez slips there. I don't know if that's a good omen here on the free kick, but he's been exceptional tonight on these services. Oh, going for goal, in fact, and just over the top.
Yeah, that wasn't exceptional.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't his best free kick, but decided to go for goal instead of putting it in there for the big bodies.
I was very surprised. I would have to think the goalkeeper was a little bit taken off guard with that shot on goal. That was not what I expected. Oh, and that was a nice idea there. It didn't go through. Now behind the defense. No, cut out just at the last moment. Rangers still applying all sorts of pressure despite holding a 2-goal lead. Belmar near side to Little. He's got lots of space here. Trying to cut back, knocked out, but kept by the Rangers. Ball sent across, falls over the back line. It'll be a goal kick. Fans, make sure you cast your vote for the USL Goal of the Week every Monday evening at uslsoccer.com as the road to the fans' choice USL Goal of the Year continues throughout the season. Felipe Hernandez set to exit this match.
Offside called there.
Chase Minter is going to be coming in for the Rangers. Hernandez had himself a nice game tonight, even though he missed on that free kick attempt towards goal a couple minutes ago. 3 really nice services on set pieces and directly led to a goal that was a big moment in the first half. It ended up being the go-ahead goal at that time. And Felipe didn't see him do a ton during the run of play, but definitely showed some great skill on those set pieces.
Yeah, it was a solid performance. He did very well in the first half, keeping possession, but his set pieces were very good. Other than maybe the last one, were very good tonight. So a good performance there. Let's see what the Chase Minter can do out here.
A little over 10 minutes to go in this match. That the pace is kind of slowed down. It looked like it'd be a frantic second half with Seattle coming out really on fire. But Swope Park Rangers now right in that 2-goal lead, and it seems at this point I'd be pretty surprised if they're not able to hold on, as they've been able to keep possession and able to keep creating offensive chances of their own. But still plenty of time left.
Yeah, you would think they'd hold on, but I watched that game last weekend, and yeah, that was a crazy game. So you never know what could happen in the game of soccer. It can change so quickly.
Either way, if Seattle's going to get back in this match, you would think they'd have to really do something here in the next few minutes, as the ball is cut out nicely by the Swope Park defense. Offside flag was up. It was a good idea for Barry, but he was too far up the field. Yeah, and had to stop his run there.
Made his run way too early, unfortunately.
Oh, it looked like a foul there. No foul is given. I thought Little may have had a little push in the back, but the referee says maybe it's actually a dive and not a foul. No foul is given there.
I think the referee made a great call there, because he dove on that one. He's trying to sell him a call. Didn't quite work.
Ball played to the middle for Barry, cut out by the Seattle defense, but not really many numbers the other way. Swope Park Rangers in a good spot defensively, and a nice move there. This could be on for Seattle. To the edge of the box, ball sent across, but no one there on the receiving end. Really nice play, though, by Seattle to create that chance, but doesn't end up amounting to anything at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was a nice ball in. If he could just have curled it towards the forward, maybe got around it a little bit more and brought it into the center forward. Unfortunately, that was a straight ball and the forward just couldn't get to it, but a nice attempt.
Cloud puts his right foot into it. Gidich calmly toes it down, and now the Rangers, right when I thought they were about to keep possession, they lose the ball, but Gidich right back again, very calm. You could tell the guys played in some big matches at the next level, and very calm with the ball at his feet, even with pressure right on top of him. The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter. About 10 minutes left in this match. We'll see if there's any more goals. We thought this would be an exciting game. It certainly has lived up to the hype. Big contact there, and referee, I think, had to call that one. Hope the captain's okay there. Saravia goes down for Swope Park Rangers. He has a goal on the night. take a look at the replay here. Saravia looked like he maybe got banged in the knee. Let's take another look here.
There was a poor touch there, and he got a cleat in the knee. I think he'll be okay. He's up and moving already now, but the foul occurred because of the poor touch by the fullback. Brought it into a 50-50, and Saravia got there slightly before him. So what Swope's trying to do now is just knock the ball around, keep possession, keep the ball out of Seattle's control, and hopefully run this next 10 minutes off. That's a great ball in behind. The fullback just couldn't stay on the field.
Boy, that would have been interesting too. If Little could have run under that, it would have been a 2v2, but the ball, like you said, rolled just barely over the sideline. Berry now going to run at the keeper. This could be interesting.
Oh, dear.
Now had a very good clearance, but it ends up not coming back to bite the Sounders, at least not yet.
Well, not yet.
Ball's still in a dangerous spot. Now it looks like they'll get out of it. Yeah, poor touch there, and it goes back to Seattle here on the near sideline. Not much time left for Seattle. They'll need a goal quick. Good chance there, but good recovery defense there by the Rangers. Giedic just kicks it as far as he can, alleviating the pressure.
Nice touch from the coach there. Did you see that? Big clear by Giedic, and Coach Nagamura brought it down with one touch and volleyed it to the fullback. He still got his touch.
I was going to say, not an old guy by any means. I think if, and not a guy that necessarily needed to retire. I know he dealt with a lot of injuries late in his career, but it wasn't like he was, you know, just falling apart his last season or two. He was still a good player, and obviously still see the skill there. Former Sporting KC legend, Paulo Nagamura, gashed open. He looked like a fighter in the 2012 U.S. Open Cup. Sporting KC's first championship in a long, long time. And Nagamura got stitched up on the field, continued. It ended up being a penalty kick victory for Sporting KC over the Seattle Sounders. Now Sporting KC against Seattle Sounders FC2. Nagamura looks like he may get the last laugh again here tonight.
Yeah, I'm like you. I was like, why did he retire? I thought he was brilliant. But obviously going after another career here and doing a very good job. As of now, looks like he could be with 6 points off 2 games. That would be a fantastic start for him.
So Park Rangers now certainly not in any hurry to take this corner kick. I would have to imagine the same would be true of any goal kicks the rest of the way as the clock's winding, just over 5 minutes to go. With Hernandez out, it's going to be Chase Minter taking this. We'll see what kind of service he has with his right foot. Pretty good ball into the box, but it's headed out. Again, put in a very dangerous spot, kind of right there front and center in front of the goal.
They've had some very good set pieces tonight. Swope Park done very well on the set pieces. That's an interesting ball in. And a good clearance in the end there by Seattle, because if he doesn't, I think we might be looking at our 5th goal there.
85th minute here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium in Overland Park, Kansas. A beautiful 7,500 seat stadium just off of 435 Highway. Underwent a $6 million renovation last year. And great new video board, state-of-the-art sound system, and a team in Swope Park Rangers that really is fun to watch. So would encourage people to come check it out this year. Tickets as low as $9. Student tickets as low as $5. If you're a Sporting KC season ticket member, you can come out and watch the Rangers for free. Definitely worth you coming out here this summer to Shawnee Mission South District Stadium in Overland Park, Kansas.
Yeah, I think one of the goals coming into this season is to be an entertaining team with free-flowing, attacking soccer and score goals. And 8 goals in 2 games, that's not bad, is it?
No,
not
that's
bad at all.
Pretty darn good. Giedic headed a goal, maybe a little more dangerous than the goalkeeper expected, but ends up making the leaping catch right at the crossbar.
Unfortunately floated in the air, and I'm sure the wind had a little factor in that, and it ended up being a quite comfortable save for the keeper. But another good attempt in the air by Didic.
Ooh, but he gets behind him now. Ball sent to the middle. Going to be an open pass here and a chance at a tight angle. The shot is off the side. It's going to be a corner kick, and that could have been a huge moment for Seattle. I thought that might be a goal in the back of the net.
That could have made it really interesting if that went in. And some really good play. Nice ball here, and then cuts inside and plays a great pass there. And that is on the wrong side of the post. If it was on the right side, though, Didic was there. Maybe Didic might have cleared it off the line.
Seattle took the corner kick very quickly, but now all the way back to midfield. Didic, who's been so solid tonight, kind of slipped and got caught behind there, but does not come back to bite the Swope Park Rangers. Barry's been a little bit quiet here in the second half, unable to control it there with his first touch. Barry was an absolute monster in week 1 and in the first half here tonight as well.
Yeah, he caused some problems. He got in behind the back four and caused a lot of problems. Second half, he's not been able to get in behind as much. And we have a foul coming in.
Big collision and a foul on the Rangers. Gonna be a dangerous spot on the field for a free kick. Don't know about that one.
I'm not sure if it might have been the original foul, the first foul, as opposed to the second one, but that's quite a distance out for a shot. That's a good 30-odd yards, maybe more.
Referee is not yet moved back the Swope Park defense, now doing so. Looks like Bawana's going to take this one again. A pretty good effort a few minutes ago from a lot closer on the field.
I think this might be too far out for a shot. That's going to be a chip, yep.
Offside flag goes up. Carlton Belmar, by the way, Doug, USL Player of the Week in week 1, 2 goals, 2 assists, 2 more goals tonight. So he's a guy that's got to be in the conversation for Player of the Week again this week.
Wouldn't that be crazy if he got 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of the season?
Talk about a guy possibly pushing for some playing time with the first team. What a start to the season for Carlton Belmar.
Yep, he's definitely building his resume right now. He's doing a fantastic job. And the goals he scored have been some great goals too.
Not much time left here for Seattle. For the Swope Park Rangers, just have to survive another minute plus stoppage time, which I don't think there'll be a ton of here in the second half. There's only 1 minute added on to the end of the first half. Normally see a little bit more in half number 2, but haven't been a lot of delays in this match. Been a fun one to watch. No hurry, of course, here on this throw in, and encourage you to check out the USL's official Facebook page as it brings you the best from across the league with news, highlights, and interactive features. Just like the USL on Facebook to get the league's best content delivered straight to you. Looking at a minimum of 3 minutes of added time here at the end of this match. So we're about to hit that here in about 20 seconds. So Seattle is going to have to really move quickly if they're going to have any chance in this match. Of course, it just takes one to, you know, make it a game where any second the game could be equalized. But right now that 2-goal lead is not a dangerous lead. It's a great cushion for the Swope Park Rangers. Nice turn there. There's the official word that the 3 minutes of stoppage time, and that's underway already. Ball off the referee, but the foul is called.
They maintain possession, so thanks, referee, there. Good little give and go.
Cloud content just to boot it as far as he can, and actually the ball stays in play now, so the Rangers are going to kill off another 15 or 20 seconds with the ball just circulating here on the good end of the field for the home side. Carlton Belmar, if time allows, is looking to be subbed off here in the dying moments of this match. And there it is going to happen. We didn't know if the ball would actually go out of play. You can see there Sebastian Cruz coming in.
Substitution for the Rangers. Leaving the game, number 90, Carlton.
That guy should get a big round of applause from the home fans here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium. Wouldn't call him sprinting off the field here, Doug, but I think he's certainly earned this nice ovation he's got from the home fans with 2 more goals tonight, 2 in the first game, and he's going to be up for USL Player of the Week again.
Yep, and coming on from is a young man whose birth year of 1998, Sebastian Cruz, so a young guy getting his chance to play. Only be a couple of minutes, but it's going to be an exciting day for him. Sporting just moved 8 players from their academy to be available to play for the USL team, and here's one of them coming on right now.
Nice ball forward to Barry, maybe thinking about a shot. No, he's going to play it into the box. Ball cut back, and there's a shot. I think that was tipped just over the top of the bar. Yeah, it's going to be a corner kick. Minter's going to take this, but again, no hurry for the home side. Closing in on about 1 minute left in this match, and Swope Park Rangers poised to start off the season with 2 wins in 2 games.
Barry moved in. Oh, maybe I thought they were going to play the short corner, but probably would have been better because it would have been be able to keep possession. But here's an opportunity for Seattle to maybe one more attack.
Smart play there just to alleviate the pressure. Seattle now in a frantic hurry, but it may be too little too late. Only about 30 seconds to go in this match. Rangers now would love to just close this out, get out with no injuries at this point, and 6 points in 2 games would be quite a start to the season. It looks like they're set to do that, barring some sort of complete catastrophe. Just not enough time left for the Seattle Sounders, too. They're going to be leaving Kansas City with a loss. It's now going to be 5 games in this series, and it's going to be 5 wins for the Swope Park Rangers. So pretty big mismatch so far in the early stages of this rivalry.
Well, we've gone past our 3 minutes, and I think that whistle's going to go any second here. Indeed, it's going right
there. It is. John Freeman blows the whistle, and the Swope Park Rangers season is off to a perfect start as they have 2 wins in their first 2 games and have earned the full 6 points. Lots of offense for the home side. They gave up a couple goals, but overall a really nice performance for Coach Paulo Nagamura's squad.
Yeah, tremendous performance. 4 more goals. Again, they gave away 3 the first game. Now they give away 2. Maybe next game it'll be 1. He wants to cut that down. He wants to be stingier on defense. But scoring goals, 8 goals in 2 games, that is tremendous. And obviously Belmar again, one of the top goal scorers with 2 goals in this game. So very entertaining game to watch. A lot of fun.
All right, let's take a timeout. We will come back, take a look at the final stats, and wrap things up. 6 goals tonight, 4 in favor of the home side Swope Park Rangers. They win 4-2 over the Seattle Sounders FC2. We'll be back to wrap things up. You're watching USL Soccer here on SportingKC.com and USLSoccer.com.
By visiting SportingKC.com/Rangers/tickets or by calling 1-888-4KC Gold. That's the Rangers versus Colorado Springs for College Night at Children's Mercy Park, Wednesday, April 4th. Thanks everyone for coming tonight. Drive home safely and go Rangers!
Fans celebrating with the players as the first game for the Swope Park Rangers here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium is a victory. 4-2 for the home side. It was a chilly night, but Swope Park Rangers certainly weren't affected negatively as they get the 4-2 win, and it's a good start. First game here at the new venue. You never know how it's going to go, and switching from grass to artificial turf, but the Rangers had a really nice performance tonight. They get the 4-2 win, and let's take a look at tonight's final stats. And both teams had their chances tonight, but look at that. Obviously, big possession and a big shot advantage for the Swope Park Rangers. Yeah, 13 shots to 6. That's a massive difference, and you know they put 4 of them away. Is it funny that they got 5 on goal from 6 shots and scored 2? But the big one is possession, and really the possession in the second half evened out a little bit more in the second half. But overall, the control that Swope had on the ball, knocking the ball around, creating opportunities, creating those 13 shots, definitely deserved winners tonight. Swope Park Rangers will be back in action next Saturday at the Las Vegas Lights, 10 p.m. Central Time. Las Vegas also undefeated here early in the season, and the Rangers back at home Wednesday, April 4th, 7:30 against Colorado Springs. Tonight, they win 4-2. Carlton Belmar with 2 more goals, and Swope Park Rangers 2 goals in the second half, and what a great start to the season for them. They're now undefeated their first 2 games of the year. Belmar a big part of that with 4 goals here in the early part of the season. Swope Park Rangers 4-2 winners tonight over Seattle Sounders FC. For Doug McLaughlin, I'm Dave Borchard saying so long. Thanks so much for tuning in. You've been watching Swope Park Soccer here on SportingKC.com and USLSoccer.com.
Broadcast or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.